What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. Today, want to focus in on the New York Rangers naming Ryan McDonagh their 27th captain in team history, and he's the fourth American to be the captain of the New York Rangers, and quite frankly, he was the best pick. I mean, you look at his offensive output, which has improved every year he's been in the league, and you look at what he did last year in the playoffs. I mean, if the Rangers, were able to have won the Stanley Cup, he would have won the Conn Smythe, going away. I mean, you just look at what he's done as a player, and just how much better he's made the New York Rangers since he came over in the highway robbery that was the Scott Gomez trade. And you just gotta marvel at the little things he's able to do to help make the team, win on a night in night out basis. And again, there was a no-brainer to name him the captain. And I think he's one of those guys. Essentially wrote this out in a column for Rand Sports, but I won't be up till tomorrow. He's one of those guys that doesn't need a letter to lead. He's a natural-born leader. He's always played that way, and he always lets his play do the talking. And I think you're looking at a team like the Rangers that's a legitimate Stanley Cup contender. I mean, they're 3-win shy last year. Obviously that stings to to come that close and end up with nothing. But at the same time, you look at what he did last year, and the improvements he's made. And the way he's just grown into his game. I mean, it's kind of a raw product coming out of the Minnesota high school hockey circuit. He's actually a pretty good football player. As an aside, his uncle Steve Walsh, who played in the NFL for a while and was a great player at the University of Miami. I'm a huge Hurricanes fan, so that's all Miami, not Carolina. So I always have to point that out whenever I can. But you look at the way he developed with the Badgers under Coach Eves, did some time in the AHL, and then has really emerged as a bona fide top defenseman in the National Hockey League. I think he will contend for the Norris Trophy this season. I think he's that good of a defenseman. I think he's that good of a player that he'll be on the Norris radar. And I wouldn't rule out him winning the trophy this year. I think right now Doughty's my favorite. Spoiler alert for the the preseason preview coming up next couple days, but McDonagh's in that conversation. If he continues to improve offensively, and the things he does defensively to help that team win every night is amazing. And just his skating ability and his way to impact the game on so many levels, just is second to none in so many ways, especially in the Eastern Conference. And you look at a tough Metropolitan Division where having to go up against Sidney Crosby and Claude Giroux, guys like that every night, and he's able to do it with the best of them, and keep scoring chances against to a minimal. And I'm not going to say Henrik Lundqvist is a product of his defense, because that's not a fair assessment. As good as the Rangers defense, the Rangers blue line has been in recent years. Hank is Hank, but obviously having a guy like Ryan McDonagh out there as your number one defenseman is a good way to keep your franchise goalie from having to face too many grade A scoring chances, if I do say so myself. And his contract is one of the best bargains in hockey. 6 years, $28.2 million. The guy doesn't even make $5 million a year. I mean, how? I don't know. But a guy like him, it's not about the accolades or the money; it's about winning. And he's in the right market for that, because obviously New York, being able to play in front of the rowdy fans of Madison Square Garden, they want to see a Stanley Cup. It's been 20 years since it's been on Broadway, and Rangers have a good shot this year. And if McDonagh keeps playing the way he's capable of playing, and showing the leadership qualities he's always shown, and not letting the letter change his game, which I don't see that happening at all. It'd be crazy to bet against this team, but we'll see what happens in my Eastern Conference and NHL preview. Anyway, that's on this episode of the Power Play with CJ on the Ryan McDonagh being named the captain of the New York Rangers. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.